Tsohuacho, thank you so much for your time. What are you hearing so far? Are schools really ready to accept more learners in a week's time?
Well, good morning, Clement. So when I spoke to Steve Mabona about 2 hours ago, he mentioned that the Gauteng province is ready to accept the next bit of grades that will be coming in from the 6th of July. So Gauteng saying that they are ready, but we do know that there are concerns that have been raised by parents about the situation at schools and issues around also some teachers testing positive and nothing really being done. But Steve saying to us earlier, Clement, that they cannot just disinfect the whole school or close down the whole school. They would then use a certain area of that particular school. But to give us a national perspective as to how things are going and the readiness of the reopening of schools for other grades, I'm joined by Elijah Mhlanga. He is the Department of Basic Education spokesperson. Elijah, thank you so much for your time. So just give us details about the readiness. Let's start there to open schools on the 6th of July.
Well, we have been doing a lot of work to prepare for the next cohort of learners that are coming back on the 6th of July. It's a large number. It's about 6 million of them are coming back. And provinces have been focusing on the preparations, of course, learning from the first phase of grade 7 and 12 and getting some experience from that to say, how then do we proceed when we receive the next cohort? So provinces have worked very hard, but there will be a final check in the coming week when the minister meets with her MECs to find out exactly where things are. But we are confident that all will go well because we now have some experience of having received learners under the COVID-19 environment.
There must be provinces that you are concerned about. Which provinces are those and what is the plan for them?
Well, provinces like the Eastern Cape remains a huge concern to us because of the rapid rise in terms of infections there, but also in terms of the provision of basic services such as water. Is something that we've been focusing on in the past week. Also in Limpopo in terms of the provision of water as well. But in addition to that, we've had issues where some members of the community have been hijacking the trucks that have been sent to deliver water in schools. That has delayed the provision of tanks in those areas. And to us, that is a huge challenge that we need to overcome because water is essential in the fight against the coronavirus.
Now, in a situation like in the Eastern Cape, where we saw so many learners from one school testing positive for COVID-19, what is the plan and what is the protocol that must actually take place?
Well, the Eastern Cape situation at Makaula was a unique one in that we had, for the first time, a large number of learners in one school together with the educators getting infected and throwing the whole school into chaos. But what was supposed to have happened was clear communication. And we have realized that there are inconsistencies when it comes to the implementation of the protocol. But what happened there was concerning in that it involved a lot of people and it threw a lot of people into a state of panic. The community there, parents, even the educators themselves. So the plan we have been implementing together with the Department of Health, who immediately deployed their medical professionals to make sure that those people get help and that those that are affected are also assisted. So we are going to work very hard to ensure that we minimize such. But what we need to note is that the confirmed infections happened because of the stringent measures which we put in place in schools to manage such cases. So what we did was to learn from that situation to say if there's going to be a large number of learners that are confirmed to have the virus or affected in that way, what then do we need to do? So we're developing a manual for that, which we believe will be completed in the coming week.
All right, thank you so much, Elijah Mhlanga. He is the spokesperson for the Department of Basic Education, just giving us details about the plans going forward, especially with the next cohort of learners expected from the 6th of July. Clement?
All right, Tsohuacho Moagi, thank you so much for your time.